very excited because it's not just me in this video, but it is the wonderful Donna! And I am so excited today because Donna has come to help us tell our story today. And Donna is a beautiful lady, but she also has a great gift in that she can act wonderfully. And so I was like, you know what? In our new series this summer, we're going to be looking at stories that Jesus told, and what better way to hear the story than to see it acted out by this wonderful member of our Five Mama Kids team. So, are you guys sitting comfortably? We're going to be hearing, again, like I said, a story that Jesus told. So get your snacks, grab your drinks, get comfortable for the story today. There was once a rich man who had to go away for a long time. Before he left, he gave 3 of his employees a lot of money to look after. The first man, well, he was given 5 years' worth of wages to look after. There was a second man, and he was given 2 years' worth of wages to look after. The third man, he was given a whole year's wage to look after. The first man went off buying and selling. He set up an eBay shop and worked hard finding things to buy and sell. The second man bought some equipment and started making pots to sell. He made pot after pot, he painted them, he decorated them, he worked really hard on them, and he sold them all. The third man was worried if he bought and sold things, he might lose money. If he made things, he might not be able to sell them. So he dug a big hole. And then he buried the money in the hole, somewhere nice and safe. Then he hurried away, knowing the money was safe and sound. Then the man came back. He called to his servants and asked them what they had done with his money. The first man came up.
I have been buying and selling. I have made loads more money. From the 5 years of wages you gave me, I have earned 5 more. 10 years total.
Well done, said the rich man. I am very impressed. I will put you in charge of 10 cities. The second man came up.
I have been making, painting, creating pots the whole time you've been gone. And what you originally gave me as 2 years' wages, I have turned into 4 years' wages.
Well done, said the rich man. I am very impressed, and I will put you in charge of 4 cities. Finally, the third man came up, but he looked a bit sulky.
Master, back. Right, so the money you gave me a whole year's worth of wages made me a little nervous, I was a little afraid I'm gonna lose it. Put it in the hole, and now I'm back, yay! Here's my back. Safety things, didn't want you to be annoyed if I lost it, so there you go.
Well, the rich man was furious. You lazy man, he thundered. What was the point of hiding the money away? I gave it to you to use it, not waste it. Oh, I'm taking it back now. Get out of my sight. He gave that money back to the first servant because the first servant had used what he'd given him well. And that is the end of the story. Oh, I love that story.
It was really
That's
good.
really cool. And do you know what? It's based on a story that Jesus actually told, isn't it, Donna?
It is actually. It's called a parable, right?
Yes. Can you remind me what a parable means?
So a parable there were many different parables actually in the Bible, and there were stories that Jesus told in kind of everyday sort of language, with stories about different people and situations and things that they went through to tell us spiritual truth.
That's really cool. That's really, really cool. And I quite like the way that actually we can watch it and learn from it. But I did have a couple of questions. I wrote them down. Is that okay? I'm going to quiz.
Yeah.
It's quiz Donna time.
Fire away, I'm ready.
So, my question was, why do you think Jesus told this story? Like, why did he tell it?
Well, I think it's mainly because God has given us all talents. So the story talks about money that the master gave to his servants. And in the kingdom of God, the Bible talks about us being servants, being the ones that are going out and actioning the things that God has told us to do and called us to do. And what he's given us is unique. So he gave unique amounts to each of the servants, didn't he? Different amounts, different ones. It wasn't because he liked some better than the others, it's just the way he was. And his expectation was that he would use those, or they would use the money, they would use the time he'd given them to use that money well and to produce more and to have results, to have things happening because of what he had given them.
Okay, so, does God only give money to people?
No.
Oh.
In fact, I don't see money falling from the sky or anything like that very often, but he has given us, the older version in the Bible talks about it actually being talents, which was like a type of monetary money thing, but actually we can take that literally as the things, the talents, the abilities God has given us. So when he created us, everything that he wanted to put inside of us was already there. We just need to discover it and learn how to make it better.
Okay, so, I'm not done with my questions yet because that's just some more thoughts in my head.
Oh boy.
So exciting. So, you're saying that God has put things inside us that he wants us to use.
Exactly.
Right, but I don't know what I have inside me. How do I find out what he's given me?
Hannah, surely you know something you're good at.
Okay,
Surely.
well,
like,
I quite like to sing.
oh, yes, you are very good at singing, I have to say. Very good. Don't you think so? Yes. We all think you're very good at singing, actually, Hannah.
But I quite like to sing. But should I just then just go and sing, or is it something maybe I need to do something with that, or?
Well, you know, I have a feeling. I have a feeling, Hannah, you probably sing better now than when you were maybe 4. So I have a suspicion that you've probably practiced. In fact, I know, because my kids are often with you at those practice times, many hours over the years to learn your harmony, and to learn about timing and rhythm and pitch and all these very important things, believe it or not. So I think you've actually invested a lot of time and effort into becoming better at singing so that we can hear your lovely voice. And most importantly, that God can hear your lovely voice, and he's worshipped and praised through what you sing.
Yes. So what you're saying, Donna, is that God might give us gifts and talents, but sometimes we need to practice them and work on them to make them better.
Absolutely. So you could be good at maybe talking, but you need to become probably better and better at how to talk, how to make what you want to say understood and clear to people. So people who are like the president or the prime minister or, big leaders in the world, they don't just become amazing speakers. They actually have to learn how to speak well and how to make eye contact. And people who play piano amazingly, they spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours practicing, or trumpet or trombone or the harpsichord. Do you know about the harpsichord? It's an instrument. It's amazing.
Google it later.
So no matter what it is, if we are discovering those gifts as we go along, maybe because our parents have encouraged us, or it's just a teacher's encouraged us, or something we just have an interest in, if we spend time praying and asking God to help us make those gifts inside of us more and more effective, and that we'd be better at that, and we actually put in the time to do it, it can be an amazing thing in our lives that has an incredible impact on the people around us.
love that. I love that. It's so cool. Awesome. So why don't you take some time this week to have a think about maybe is there a gift or a talent that God has put in your heart or in your life that, you know what, you could spend some time practicing and working on? Or is it something that already you think, I'm quite good at that, and you can start helping others maybe with that gift or encouraging them. Sing your neighbour's song over the fence to encourage them at a decent time, like don't go howling at the moon.
None of that 5 in the morning stuff.
No. But God has given you guys stuff and He's created you amazingly with gifts and talents that He wants you to use and to grow up developing, which is really, really cool.
That is so true.
Fabulous. Well, thank you so much, Donna, for joining our video
pleasure.
today. It's really lovely
Pleasure.
to have another one of our amazing team with us. And thank you guys for tuning in. We hope that you're all staying amazingly safe and you're keeping well. And we look forward to seeing you guys in our next Summer Snapshot. So take care, have an awesome week, and we'll see you soon. Bye!